So, how do? Top 10 most dangerous documentary. Sam, have you ever come across any of these lads? So let me tell you now. Adam Downworth, creep. That's the best word to describe him. Okay, maybe not the best word. Dangerous, violent. There's all manner of words, but he was a creep. And he'd been with us months. Months and months on an unlocked protocol. He only came out with a certain number of officers there. No staff around and no other prisoners. He's in X2. He's off his unlocks now. 3 landings on the prison healthcare at Strangeways, X, Y and Z. I don't know why they were named such. But as you entered, you got Y landing, where the office was. X landing ran across the top. Z landing down the far side. So he's in X2 opposite the servery. Bradders, my manager, Mr. Samworth, can we have a word with Adam? I had no problem at all with the nursing staff calling people by first names. Them who were decent lads, I did too. Such as him, no, didn't really call him a name, just to unlock him and the like. Anyway, shot the bolt on the door and I went in, stood between Downworth and my manager. And I'm saying months he's been with us. She had something to say about something. She were passing on some information. He weren't happy. Wimpy, creepy, slight build, baby face, grey hair. Looked a bit strange and, like I said, creepy for me. Anyway, he stood up now off the bed. He's looking at my manager. He won't look at me, won't look at male staff. We're not his target, are we? He's not going to stand up to me or anybody else. Lasses. It's all about lasses, him, and control. Anyway, he wasn't happy. And he said something I didn't like. So I give it him. I can't remember what I said, but I give it him. Told him in no uncertain terms not to speak to my manager like. And then he went into spittle, snarling, teeth back. Got a problem, I said. He's looking at me now. He's pissed. Yeah, I've challenged him now. And we saw the true one. I looked at my manager. She went, yes, Mr. Samworth, I'm thinking exactly what you're thinking. Thank you for your time, Adam, she said. She left the cell. I backed out and locked the door. So how did he come to us? How did I come to know who he was? He was on the VP wing, vulnerable prisoner wing. He'd been on there a while. He was working. He had a job in the laundry, I believe. So for me, that's a settled prisoner. VP wing, vulnerable prisoner wing, them who pick on the vulnerable in society, deemed vulnerable when they come into prison. Sickening at best. Sickening at best. Nonsense, not on normal court exercise or New Scotland Yard, not of normal criminal element. Them who like children, women, and don't understand the word no. You know what I'm saying. So he's mental health in reach worker. He's speaking to my manager. I was invited in on a meeting. We've got a lad on the VP unit coming up to his trial. He's a bit upset and this boils my piss. I'm not angry with the in-reach worker. They're just doing a job. The nursing staff, on the whole, like the chaplaincy, treat everyone the same. That's not to say they don't see the horror of some people's crimes. So he's in reach worker, she's in civis. sees people on the wings. She wants him admitting, I'm on C nomis. That's another thing. That's the prison system where we store information on prisoners. Multi-million-pound software package that quite frankly was shite, but we were stuck with it. It happens, doesn't it? NHS get them and other people. Little backhander for somebody. So I'm on C nomis. So my manager's talking to his in-reach worker. I says, at an appropriate time, he'll be going on an unlock. His in-reach worker looks, what do you mean? Unlock protocol. He'll be on a 2-officer unlock, only coming out on his own when no other prisoners are around and he can be supervised. She's not happy. I know what an unlock is. Why is he going on that? I said, looking on here, this is a dangerous individual. Risk to females or lasses, I says. My manager said, thank you, Mr. Samworth. What she meant was, okay, we've taken it on board, no need to go on about it. So he came to us on an unlock, like I said. Slight build, grey hair, baby face. Yeah, wouldn't look at you. All soft voice with the nurses, a lot of young nurses on there. He eventually would come off an unlock. That meant he could come out with the other prisoners. Me, every handover, and we had a handover morning and afternoon. Yeah. Downworth unlocked last to go into association and locked up first every shift, morning and afternoon. That way I could keep an eye on him. I emphasised it. It was on his file on C nomis, and I made all the other staff aware of it. He needed to be watched at all times. We had to take him off an unlock. He'd been on months and no bad behaviour. But I watched him, I'd walk him to the showers, stand outside the showers till he'd finished and the like. And he was always locked up first. And then I knew all the staff on there was safe. One dangerous individual. But we saw him. We saw the real Downworth. Snarling, spittle, evil. Serial killer in the making. Quite definitely. Another Yorkshire Ripper. That lad, if he'd have been allowed to carry on. Interestingly enough, for me, that lad should have been a Cat A prisoner. Cat A prisoners are deemed such by society and information and multi-agency. So government, so police, so probation. Everyone comes together to appoint someone a Category A prisoner. His crimes should have meant he was Cat A. Like I said, interestingly enough, when he was finally sentenced, he was given Cat A status. That meant somebody realised how dangerous he was and the conditions he needed to be kept in. Some people should never ever see the light of day. He is one of them. And if he ever gets out, victims, people should be made aware. The sickening thing is, you know, when you're dealing with these people every day and they're in the act reviews, assessment, care in custody and teamwork, the suicide and self-harm document, you see him whinging and whining in with his pathetic, girly, effeminate voice. He got a young partner and a baby. Whining and whinging. People complaining, his family complaining about his treatment. Sickening at best. But yeah, top 10 dangerous? Quite definitely. There'd be a big list, maybe top 100, but him, currently, definitely. The problem is, you see, when he moves on from the prison to healthcare and Strangeways, because he's got a big sentence, probably in a dispersal prison somewhere, or wherever he is, people aren't necessarily going to know who Downworth is. We have a lot of lasses, young lasses, females, in the male prison estate now. Someone like him, probably walking about on a landing. People don't know about him, don't know who he is. He's a threat. He's a risk to females and always will be. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for your continued support. We need to stick together. God bless you all. Al City.